Hey, hi Noah. Thanks for joining the podcast. Really excited to have you here. What do you prefer me to call you? Is it Noah or is it the last Astro? Which one?
You can call me Astro. You can call me Noah. Either way, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Is there any preference or no preference?
I
Yeah.
never really had a preference, to be honest. Like I used to have a roommate call me Astro, and family who's called me Astro. So at this point, like it's normal to me.
Yeah. Where did that come from? Why did they call you Astro?
Well, why do they call me Astro? Oh,
Yeah.
that's a long story, bro.
Tell me.
So so a couple years ago, when I first started gaming and I was playing Modern Warfare, I was trying to figure out like some type of gamer tag, like just something that I could use that didn't have anything to do with my name, but like a name or a gamer tag that could kind of stick. And because like I used to play a lot of Modern Warfare, especially during COVID.
Yeah.
Actually, no, this is actually like back in like the Rocket League days, like before Modern Warfare even came out. So, I was a big fan of Travis Scott growing up.
Yeah.
His music like had a really big impact on me and just like the way I kind of went about things, especially like when I was really young. And like I learned about his story at a young age. Like Travis Scott's name came from two different people. One of them was his uncle, and the other one was uh, Kid Cudi, Scott Muscuddy.
Yeah.
He combined the two names of his uncle and Scott Muscuddy to come up with the name Travis Scott. Um, so when I was thinking about like my gamer tag, like I wanted it to have something to do with him, something that like that was kind of relevant, and that was kind of around the same time that he was teasing Astroworld.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where like my name, my gamer tag was like Astro TVC or some shit. And then when I first started creating content and I came up with like my Instagram and my socials, like I was trying to come up with a name that like would stick because I didn't want to be one of those guys that like ended up changing the name.
Yeah.
So after like a week of just like cooking up ideas, like the last Astro made sense. Like there was other people out there that I've seen with the same gamer tag, but like none of them are gonna have the same legacy that I will. And that's kind of where I was going with the name. And ever since the name's just stuck, like it got to a point where Astro became like my main name. Like my roommates call me Astro, like my roommates here call me Astro, people at work call me Astro. I don't know, it's kind of just stuck at this point.
So you talked about legacy. What do you mean? What do you mean about legacy? What kind of legacy are you looking to kind of push towards to? Just out of curiosity.
Um, as a streamer, I think that there's been a lot of people who have gone through a lot of deep shit. Um,
Mm.
and a lot of people who can like kind of be suicidal. Like I know what it was like in high school to have to go through that. And I think as a streamer, I really started streaming as a way to reach out to people and to find people like beyond like my circle of like the local community
Yeah,
to
yeah,
just
yeah.
like find a way to help them. Like I wanted
Mm.
to just like have people come and chat and like open up to me about certain things or just kind of just talk to me about anything personal. And it got to a point where like multiple people have come to me throughout like my years of content creation and talked to me about this type of stuff. And to this day, like these people are still here. Like they felt safe enough to like open up to me about their thoughts and like what they were contemplating and stuff. And it was really weird to think about. But I think that if I hadn't started streaming, then like a lot of these people that I know now, I wouldn't know who they are, and I wouldn't have had the ability to be able to speak to them on certain things or like speak to them on a deeper level to help them get through like their suicidal thoughts and shit like that. So that was kind of where it all started. My legacy, like what I want to have happen by the time I die.
Yeah,
I
explain to me
want the
about that.
I want the name and the brand to be something that can go on forever. Like I want to be able to make sure that I have a clothing brand with the brand, like with the name. I want to build like some type of media agency that provides jobs for other content creators and videographers to help create content. Um,
So
I
something
want to
that's
be,
so something that's long lasting, something that's still here whilst you're not. I think is that
yeah,
fair to say?
yeah. And I also like, I have a passion for the music industry and I want to be able to like film a documentary at some point with like multiple artists of like the process of them building the music. Like if I could go into a studio and film them like in the studio cooking up a song or something. And
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
end of it, like I can have this long ass documentary of a combination of every artist that I've ever worked with. And that could be a part of the legacy that I leave behind too. Because like, bro, I'm some random dude from the middle of
Mhm.
nowhere. I was a nobody like 3 years ago. And now, after picking up a camera and just started filming and streaming and all of this stuff, like I've had opportunities to work with like really high level people like Annalie Chapa,
Yeah.
um, Mike Trout. I've got to work with Mike Trout through this company. Um, we're about to go to LA this weekend to go meet FaZe Rain and
Oh,
potentially
is it with
Matt.
FaZe Rain? I thought it was with FaZe Rug.
No, it's with FaZe Rain. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Oh,
going to and set up a PC for him
yeah.
and potentially do it on stream.
Exciting thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really exciting, man. Do you know who Clicks is too?
Yeah, yeah, from the Fortnite streamer. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So we actually have to go to Dallas before we go to LA,
yeah.
and people have been telling me that I look like Click since like the beginning of my content creation, like since I started making content.
You do, you
And
do.
well, I'm about to go meet him on Friday, so we're gonna find out if I look like him or not.
And what are you gonna do? Is it the same sort of thing, like set up a whole PC for him as well? Are you gonna stream that as well?
Yeah, so me and Pitt are going to like actually build his PC live on stream, and then I'm probably gonna have a segment where like I'm gonna interview him, and it's gonna be like a back
Yeah,
and forth between me and him, and we're gonna
yeah,
find out if I actually look like him or not.
yeah.
I'll save the
Nah, you
questions for
you
later
honestly do. You really do. You look
though.
like you would be his cousin or something. But I mean that in, like the nicest way and like the
Yeah.
most
Yeah,
positive way.
man. Nah, it's all
Yeah.
right, bro. Like my stream has been calling me the Walmart clicks for fucking years now, so it's
Oh
okay.
no, really?
Yeah, it's all right though.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm curious of like how those collaborations come about. Are you willing to share a little bit of information about that? Not talking about figures or anything like that, because you mentioned you just got the text. Was it through a text? Was it through an email? Was it through social media? Could you
Uh,
elaborate? Or
so the company, the CEO of Paradox Customs, like he's connected really well with
yeah,
a lot of people in the industry, a lot of rappers, a lot of artists, a lot of just anything really in general. He knows a lot of people, and the people he knows know other people, and like honestly, like it really is just a matter of who you know, because he said that
yeah,
like in the beginning, he was building PCs for like CDL players and people in the COD community,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the people in the COD community knew people who knew a friend, and eventually like word of mouth just started happening, and it got to a point where like once he started building a PC for like Emily Choppa, Doja Cat,
Oh,
Drake,
really?
like all these headlines started coming out. More and more people started reaching out to him, like, "Yo, like I need a PC. Can you take care of me?" Type shit. And he's just been helping every single one of them out at this point. I think it's just kind of a matter of like who you know. You know, like if you have a contact who knows someone else, then and you know how to do something, then they're gonna hit you up about it.
Yeah,
That's all
no,
it is,
true.
really. You know, it's just having connections. It's just having a network of people, and that's how he did it. So
Interesting. So, how important do you think it is to have connections in like the content creation world or the streaming world?
it's more important than anything
Yeah,
else.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
the most important thing because like you can make amazing content, but if you only have like your community like by yourself with like with no network, it's gonna be really hard for you to build that platform on your own.
yeah, yeah.
Especially through Instagram, like a lot of these people gain clout by working with other people, or they gain like large amounts of followers through working with other people. And that's why you notice like a lot of people is just kind of like clout chase, or like they'll use people
Yeah, right.
for attention and shit like that. See, I've never really been that type of person. Like I've been streaming solo for a while, but in order to actually succeed, like let's say like you want to do a video with somebody, it's not going to be possible for you to do like a video with them if you don't know who they are. Like you have to have some type of connection, you know. I wouldn't have gotten this job at Paradox if I wouldn't have taken a trip to New York to film one of my friends at a lane event, and because I decided to take a risk and go to New York to film something, I that opportunity allowed me to meet my boss and the CEO of the company, and like we kind of just like hit it off. Like me and him like were very similar like right off the bat. um we both had a lot of good ideas. I was trying to film some TikToks and short form content with him when I was there, and then like we just kept talking, and as time went on, he I kind of just created a position for myself here at the
Yeah,
company
yeah,
for
yeah,
short form
yeah.
content. And I originally when I was working here, I was working remotely from Indiana because that's where I'm from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when I came here to New York again for the second time during Black Friday, he asked me, he was like, "Yo, would you be down to just move to New York?" And that's
Really?
kind of how
Damn.
yeah, and that's kind of how I ended up here. So, you know, without like taking the time and the opportunities to go and like meet new people and to network, then I wouldn't have been here. And I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
have this
yeah.
position to edit videos for a very high level PC company. So, yes, I think that having a network and connections is literally everything.
Hmm. The way
One
you
way
talk
one
about your
person can
boss
change
is
your life.
really nice. But so regarding networking, how does one try to network, especially if they are, let's just say, zero followers across everything? What would you think would be the first thing to do, in your opinion?
Um, I would say like you kind of just have to put yourself in positions where you can meet people that are very similar to you. So
Mm.
like let's say like you're a streamer, right? Like you could go to TwitchCon. You could take a couple $100, get a flight, and go to TwitchCon, and then you could meet other streamers. If you wanted to, if you want a job in a construction company, you go to different places where you can find construction workers, make a friend, And then one day someone might be like, oh, you do this? Okay, I might have a job for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Or yeah, it's just a matter of putting yourself in positions where you can actually meet someone. And like if I want a job in esports, right? Like I'm not gonna go find a job in esports by just going to the library.
Right, right.
I'm gonna find a
True.
job in esports by going to like local and LAN events in different states, meeting other people that are like minded as me. And if I keep like engaging with them, if they fuck with me, if I fuck with them and we think that we can work together on something, then that's what's gonna end up happening. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah, definitely.
you just kinda have to talk to people. Like even if it makes you uncomfortable, you gotta put yourself in uncomfortable situations to like meet certain people, you know?
Mhm.
Because if you don't, then you're never really gonna meet anyone. And if you don't meet anyone, then you're never gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. But in the world that we
um
live in, let's just say airlines are closed. Like, for example, COVID happened, everything was closed, right? What do you think would be the approach then? Is it to make content? Is it to reach out to people on Discord? This is just for like someone who's just starting out, who really just wants to kind of
okay.
like get their foot in the door, right? And maybe is a little
For
bit on the
someone
timid
who's
side.
Yeah, so for someone who's just starting out and like you're not really in a position to travel, I would just get in the habit of making videos, start getting a better understanding of content and start watching like certain videos on like the type of content you want to make so you have an idea. And then once you have an idea about what you want to do, then like let's say you find like a content creator that you really like his content, just reach out to him. Just reach out
Yeah,
to him and be like, "Yo, listen, like I really love your content. Like keep up the amazing work." And if you can say something positive to a content creator even at high level, like the people who care, the content creators who do care will take the time to read that, and if like you're gassing them up, then that's going to make them want to respond to you.
yeah,
And as
yeah,
soon
yeah.
as they respond to you that one time, then like boom, then you might be able to like keep going with that conversation. So I think it's just a matter of just like reaching out to people. Like if you can't go somewhere to go meet someone, I mean that's what we have Instagram for, that's what Twitter's
Yeah,
for, that's what TikTok's for. Like just send them a DM, bro. Don't be afraid to like to talk to somebody just because you think that they're like more famous than you or like at a higher
yeah,
level than you, bro. Because at the end of the day, like they're literally just it's just another human.
yeah, yeah.
It's just
Facts.
another human that he doesn't know who you are, but like if you reach out to him, then he might actually have a chance to know who you are. You know, like
Mm,
you just gotta take that risk. Like you just
mm,
gotta like don't get in your head and just start sending DMs, bro. Just start reaching out. Like if you fuck with someone or if like you enjoy someone's content, like tell them because you
mm.
never know like what that can end up leading to in the future if you just take the time to reach out to them.
100%, I agree. So regarding platforms to reach out on, what do you think would be not an ideal one, but probably the best one to start with? Would you say it's Instagram? Would you say it's Twitter? This is for a streamer. What do you think?
Probably Twitter.
Mm,
I would say Twitter because like I mean either Twitter or Instagram because it is like dependent on the creator. There's a lot of creators that are very heavily on Twitter.
yeah,
There's a
yeah,
lot of creators that are really focused on Instagram or TikTok, and then there's creators that are focused on YouTube. So I mean, I think it really just like varies on like who you're trying to talk to, and like if you're trying to talk to someone who's really big on YouTube who doesn't have so much of a Twitter presence,
yeah,
and you know that, then hit him up on Instagram or hit
yeah,
him
yeah,
up
yeah.
like through the email or something. Like you kind of got to do your research if
Mm,
to find out like what they use the most, so that you
mm.
have a better opportunity of actually like getting a hold of them.
No, for sure. I think yeah, the way Twitter is kind of intertwined with Twitch, where you're kind of expected as a streamer to promote, to tweet. Twitter
Hmm.
will probably be the best place to start with. But
Yeah,
if
100%.
they're not active on Twitter, Instagram is usually the next
Mm.
best option.
Yeah,
What about emailing? How do you feel about that?
I mean, for me personally, like I've never been good with emails. Like I like stuff to be more personal, and I don't feel like
Yeah.
emails are very personal.
Mm. I
I would personally
disagree.
rather.
You could personalize an email, bro. You could definitely personalize one.
No, that's definitely true. I just think that like if someone's gonna reach out to me, like I'm more able to see who someone is if it's on a different social media platform,
Yeah, yeah,
right? Because like you can get an email from anyone from around the world, and it can be completely anonymous, and it could just have a name, but it could be a different name. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But if you get like a DM on Twitter or Instagram, then it allows you to see like a profile picture, and it gives you a better idea of like who they are. You can kind of like judge if you like you want to continue a conversation with someone just based off of their I mean, not like that sounds fucked up, but
No,
like okay, if
I
some
know what
guy
you
were to
mean. I
like
know what you're
randomly
trying to
reach out
say.
to me on
So
Instagram
yeah.
with like no profile picture and he's got like zero followers on Instagram, it could be some like random ass account. Like you're not gonna
Yeah,
trust that. But like if it's
right.
someone who like has pictures of themselves like on Instagram, then you kind of know what they look like. You know what they do. Like you kind of get to understand someone a little bit more just through like the type of stuff that they post, I guess. So
So basically, you have to
it
be
just makes things
active,
less
not
anonymous.
just make a fresh account and then expect people to respond to you, to interact with you as well.
Yeah,
Is it?
it just
Yeah,
it kind of makes like, especially like, makes people feel safer to want to respond,
yeah,
I guess. If you use Instagram and Twitter. But that's just personal preference to me. Like
yeah.
everyone's different. Some people hate using the socials. Some people would rather just use email. It varies
Hmm. So, what do you
for
think
sure.
social media is going to be like in the next couple of years? Obviously, things have changed. TikTok changed the game with short form. I mean, Twitch is going through who knows what. Kick has started to come out. I know
Yeah.
you're streaming on Kick as well. Tell me about your thoughts on that.
hmm I
It's a
think
loaded
that
question,
so
but
I've been streaming on Twitch. Yeah, I've been streaming on Twitch for the last couple years. That was what I originally started on when I first started streaming. And then one day, like TikTok added like the live streaming platform that allowed creators, but like you couldn't actually stream on TikTok unless you had a stream key. So I had to figure out how to get a
yeah,
stream key. And once I got the
yeah.
stream key on TikTok, like I like 10x my numbers from Twitch to hit like TikTok when I started going live, just from streaming on TikTok, because the way
Really?
that the TikTok live worked was like the algorithm for live streamers like was kind of the same as like a video on the For You page. Like if you went live and people were liking it, then the chances of your live showing up on someone's For You page were way higher. And like it gave people like me, like small streamers, an ability to reach out to more people very, very quickly. And there hasn't really been a platform to do that in a very, very long time, because Twitch has been a platform for like years now. And it's gotten to a point where Twitch is so big that like it's very, very hard to grow on Twitch if you were to just stream on Twitch.
Yeah,
There's no
100%.
discoverability features. Like, in order for you to actually blow up, you either have to blow up on some other social to get them to come to your Twitch, or you get someone to raid your ass and like, help like boost your community a little bit to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
kind of get up there. But like, if let's say if I just went live like tomorrow and all I did was stream on Twitch, it's going to take me years to build some type of following by not posting any other type of content on other socials.
Why do you think Twitch hasn't introduced any discoverability features? They have the budget, they have the money, so like, what do you think's stopping them?
Well, like I said, Twitch has been out for a very long time, and it's gotten to a point where there's so many creators that are already established right now that they're paying, right? Like that are under contract. And so, like when those people are under contract, you got to understand that like Twitch is going to push those people out first. Twitch
Yeah,
is going to put the people
facts.
that they're paying on the
True.
platform before they put some small streamer that hasn't really done like taking the time to get to that
Yeah,
level
yeah,
yet.
yeah, yeah.
And at this point now through Twitch, like there's way too many streamers out there for them to be pushing out content to every single one. Like if you,
Mm,
it's like a rat race on Twitch, man. Like if you're a small streamer and you want to blow up, like it's not about the Twitch, it's about the content. You
mm.
gotta grow on TikTok, and you gotta grow someplace else and build a following in some place, like in some other platform, and get them to go watch your live streams. As time went on, I kind of realized like that's how the game was on Twitch, and I was looking for a new opportunity, and that's why I started streaming on TikTok. And once this Kick platform released, like I don't know if you remember like the early days of Twitch, but like the early days of Twitch when creators were first hopping on, there was a high level of discoverability because it was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
brand
yeah.
new
True.
platform. They
Yeah,
needed
yeah,
content creators to push out, right?
yeah.
So like they would put like random creators like on the front page, and it's like that on Kick right now. Like Kick is a brand new platform that not many streamers are on yet. Like there's a lot of people streaming on Kick, but like not near as much as like on Twitch. And they're actually taking the time to push out like these new creators, and like there's a new discoverability feature on Kick that Twitch hasn't had in a very long time. And with a platform that's just now coming out like this, if you get on that wave early and you can build a fan base through it early on, then like as time goes on, like it's just going to benefit in the long run, because like right now there is a chance to get a huge following on Kick without posting to other socials.
Mm.
So, um,
So, what has your experience been so far with Kick? Because I know you have a profile, you have like a few followers as well. Well, what's that been like?
I mean, it's not too different from Twitch with like the UI, and like the community and stuff. Like some people can be a little bit more toxic on Kick because like
Less
there's less
moderation.
TOS, yeah, less
Yeah,
moderation for sure. So it can definitely be more toxic for sure at some points. But on Kick, like to get affiliate, right? Like all you had to do right off the bat was get like 75 followers and then stream for like 20 hours or something. Like that's not hard to get affiliate. So
yeah,
once you
yeah.
get the 75 followers, you can start getting subs. And that sub revenue split actually. So like if you get a sub on Twitch, which is it's $5. If you get a sub that's $5, you
Yep.
are actually only taking home $2.50 from that sub. On Kick, if you get a sub, you're taking home $4 and like 47 cents, or maybe it's like
95%
some shit
of
like that.
five. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
95%. You're taking 95% of that sub. So you're essentially making double the amount of money that you were making on Twitch. And like that in itself is already mind blowing because like creators like myself, like we've already gotten into the habit of like the subs being split 50-50 between the platform. And we just got so comfortable to like we didn't even realize like that's not how it's supposed to be. Like the
I
platforms are
disagree. I
already
disagree. I disagree.
kind of making like money off of ad revenue and like in other ways like as a sub like when creators are getting subs. I think that like for Kick to take 95 or to only take 5% like that, it seems a little bit unreal, you know, like it's like how are they able to do that? How are they like
Does
able
it
to
sound too
fund
good to
a
be
website?
true? What do you think?
A little bit. It doesn't really make
95%
sense.
is crazy.
But you know, from Kick's perspective, like their funding is coming from stake and it's coming
That's
from other
true.
companies, other outside sources. So like they don't really need to take that much of the creators' money because they're making other money from people gambling and shit all the time, anyways.
But
So I think,
what kind of reputation, what kind of impression does that leave for advertisers, for anyone who wants to do a partnership, a brand deal, a sponsorship, anything like that? Like, surely that's going to be affected as well.
yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but I also assume that that would kind of have to do with the creator and like
True.
himself more
Yeah.
than the platform, you know, because
Mm.
the platform could be cleaned up, but like you could have one streamer who's like just gaming, and then you have another guy who's gambling and spending all of his money and influencing people to go and gamble and stuff like that. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I always kind of like thought that it would have to do with like the creator more and like what they're doing, but at the same time, like it
And his audiences are more on the younger side, right? They're not 18 plus. They're
I
not
mean, yeah,
24 plus.
for
You get
Aiden
what I'm
Ross to
saying?
like, yeah, to push like pornography and stuff to his fan base, like, definitely was not a good idea for him or for Kick. But at the same time, like, at least there's a platform where you can actually do that. At least you have a platform now where like there isn't some type of like filtering. You can speak on the things you want to speak about without getting canceled. You can speak on the things that you want to do, and shit like that without really having to deal with the same repercussions. So it just depends on what Kick's mission is, honestly. Like I don't really know like what their ultimate goal is with this platform. I still haven't been able to like try to understand that or figure that out yet. Um
And do you think that's
the
the
way I
case with
see it
everyone,
is
or do you
just
think
like
that's just with you? Because I've seen a lot of people
no, it's just with
say,
me.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I know that like the way I believe with this Kick, like it's I definitely don't have the same like opinion as everyone else. A lot of people like have like a certain like they feel some type of way about it or
yeah,
like for me, bro, I'm kind of just like one of those guys that keeps my head down and like I'm on my own path. Like I've got my own
yeah.
content to make. Like I've got my own shit to do. Got my own community to build. Like I watch this other stuff that's happening, but like just because like Aiden Ross is like doing something on Kick that's making the platform look a little bit bad isn't gonna stop me from trying to build a community on there in my own way. You know,
Hmm.
like. At the end of the day, like it's just another platform that allows you to reach out to people. Yes, there's going to be porn. Yes, there's going to be toxic shit, but there's also going to be people on there that like would genuinely care about your content. And I try to just like look past like some of that other shit and just focus on like my mission and like what I'm planning on doing. So
Hmm. Can I ask how old you are?
I'm 21.
You're 21. I
Yeah.
definitely agree with what you said when it comes to looking past that, right? But
Mm,
the people kind of pushing or kind of transition over to Kick, right? They're more on the younger side, right? I think that's fair
right.
to say, right?
Yeah.
If they're being exposed to OF creators, doing what they're doing, or creators, big creators pushing, like, not pushing, but doing a lot of gambling, right? And that's all they see. Surely that's going to negatively affect them, especially when they're at such a young age. It's going to influence them in things that they
I
shouldn't be
mean,
influenced in.
yeah, that's true, but it's like that on every social media
Mm,
platform, bro. Like, and that's what do you that if you go on Instagram, like it's so easy to find it like OF models everywhere.
true,
Like you scroll through the feed, like they're literally everywhere, and it's just
true,
dependent on the person too. Like if you
true.
have like a 14-year-old kid go on Instagram and look up like Lana Rhodes, like
Right,
it's
right,
gonna
right,
pop up, and then
right.
not only is it gonna pop up, but more of it will pop up on the explore page just because that's something that they're looking at.
True.
TikTok, it's the same shit. Like if you watch a video of a girl who's like literally half naked and you like it or you share it to a friend, then you're gonna see a million times more of that.
True.
Like it's you can't really get rid of it. Like there's
I think I
I
think I think personally you can, but it's setting that standard from day one. And I've noticed that pretty much all
yeah.
of these platforms regarding moderation anyway, they're kind of automating it as much as they can. it's a lot to do, right? And I can see why they would automate it. But the issue is people who have a completely clean profile, completely clean content are getting banned for no reason because of automation. Not
Yeah,
because of their profile, what they do, or what they've said, free speech, anything like that, but just because of the automation. If I can create something that has moderation, right, but still maintains like a middle ground, would that be something that people would be interested in?
100%.
Yeah.
100%, because like Twitch is on a downfall right now with like they're trying to find ways to like take other creators' money.
Which I think is a
They're
bad mindset as a company, right?
Yeah, yeah, and like since they're losing revenue, they're coming up with like new ways to make revenue. So now they're looking at ways to like find like a sponsorship program that like takes a percentage of your deals. Like Twitch has never done that or
Yeah.
wanted to do that, and Twitch has also never taken any sponsorship money like from outside like deals. But now all of a sudden, because Kick's go around and it's Kick's taking a lot of streamers away and a lot of revenue away from the platform, they're like, okay, well, our first reaction is we're gonna offer you a sponsorship program and take part of your money too. Like imagine them offering a way to give like sponsorships to creators and then taking 50% of that as well. Like that
50% is crazy,
concept.
but before you continue, you say outside deals as well. Does that mean deals that, let's just say you, for example, that you found on your own, that you've talked about, that you've collaborated with, would they take a certain percentage from that as well, or just from the ones
No,
that they get you?
just the ones that get you. But like
All
I
right,
think
right.
that it's just a matter of like you could find other ways to make money. You could find other ways to entice people wanting to come to the platform without offering sponsorships to people or ways to get sponsorships when like creators do that on their own anyways.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And if you can't do it on your own, like if you can't get a sponsorship on your own, why do you think you're going to get a sponsorship through Twitch?
Yeah,
Or like why do you think it's going to be easier for Twitch to get you a sponsorship? Like at least for personal experience, like in order to get a sponsor, like you got to reach out to them. Either you got to have a rep
yeah.
or like you kind of like got to be in direct contact with these people.
Outreaching, actively outreaching, I think is what you're trying
Exactly.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, and for me personally too, like in the Twitter community, like people have been bashing Twitch for so long.
yeah.
And like every time someone mentions Twitch on Twitter, like it's just always like something negative. Like there's
Yeah,
never
true.
anything positive about creators and like the things that creators have to say about Twitch. And ever since this Kick platform blew up, like yeah, there's a lot of people are skeptical because of like how much like OF stuff that goes on there or like the 18 plus shit, but there's been nothing but love and good things about being said about the platform from streamers all across the board when it comes
Mm,
to revenue splits, when it comes to just like the community and it comes to like the moderation, like people actually respond. Like the moderation and the people in Kick, like they actually care about the community. If I were to email Twitch right now about customer support, something's going to be automated. Like I'm going to get like a bot
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
generated response from them. If
Facts.
I hit up someone from Cake, like there's a chance that one of them might just DM me and reach out to me on Twitter, or they'll send me an email, but like, yo, how can I help you? Like they actually care, and like that's not something that really happens nowadays, especially through the social media platforms. So, um,
I definitely agree. I think the customer service, customer support, anything customer related, right, is
yeah,
awful for everyone. I don't even think for like big
mm,
streamers, small streamers, medium streamers. I think the experience, even just from like a business looking after its users and whatnot, is really, really poor. So what I wanted to
yeah.
ask you, right, is when you see everyone talking negatively about Twitch, what else are they talking about apart from customer service,
Um,
obviously, and whatnot?
I think they're talking about just. I mean, it kind of varies. It's different for person to person. Some people get banned for no reason.
Hmm?
Some
Noticed
people,
that a
a
lot.
lot of people, a lot of small creators kind of get upset about the discoverability features, but I think it's just a matter of them complaining about the fact that they're not getting viewers.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people like, well, if they're not getting viewers, they're like, oh, well, why am I wasting my time? But like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
up
yeah.
to them. Like it's up to them. Like
Yeah.
if you want
Thanks.
viewers, then go to other platforms, post, and get them to come watch your shit. Like Twitch, it's not Twitch's responsibility.
Mhm.
um it's not Twitch's responsibility, but like even though it's not, it's still good to know that like you can still potentially like have an outreach on a platform even if you have no viewers, and that's what Kick is doing right now. Like even if you don't have that many people watching you, there's still a chance that like you could end up on like a homepage or something, or like there's, I don't know, there's just more ways, and there's less streamers too. So if people are going through like the browsing section and they're looking for streamers, there's a higher chance that your stream might pop up on Kick because
Mhm.
there's not as many people streaming on Kick as there is on Twitch. So
Now, the issue I have with Kick, right, is really, really, really similar to Twitch, right, in terms of UI, in terms of experience, pretty much everything, right?
yeah,
Um, you're saying that people are going to get discovered during the beginning, right? Which is 100% true. But what about when Kick gets big, right? It's going to suffer the same situation as
It will.
Twitch regarding discoverability, right? And
It
what
will.
I'm looking to do, right, is to create a platform, right, a live streaming platform that you're able to get discovered all the time, kind of like how TikTok is with their short form content. At
So you
any
want to
one
build.
point,
So you're building more than just a live streaming platform. You're building another TikTok. You're building a social media and all around social media platform.
no, not just live stream, no short form, no medium sized videos that you'd find on YouTube, just live streaming. Purely from all of these platforms, right, or networks are kind of forming into one. So YouTube is now doing shorts, live streaming, medium sized clips, podcasting, pretty much everything, right?
Right.
Same with TikTok, they're doing short form, they're doing 10-minute videos as well, they're doing live streaming. For me, I think whilst they're technically moving forward, they're kind of moving backwards at the same times in terms of what the user wants. And so that's why I kind of want to create something that focuses just on live streaming. Hence why I want Consume to be the number one place to live stream for content creators.
So what are you gonna do to make Consume better than Twitch and Kick?
Discoverability. I think regarding monetization, regarding user experience, right, in terms of how people interact with streamers or how streamers can interact with their viewers, they do a pretty good job. I think that would be unfair to not say, right? But discoverability, right, is the biggest issue. If we can build something that solves that, surely, and still obviously provide the right levels of monetization, giving you plenty of options to interact, engage, just build like the best experience you can with your streams, I don't see why people wouldn't want to go to Consume. But then again, that's why I'm
So
talking to creators to get their opinions on it.
as you're creating this, like how much of a sub revenue split would Consume take from creators?
50-50. And this is only for, let's just say there's three tiers. So I think on Twitch there's three tiers. You got tier one, tier two, tier three. Tier one
Yeah.
is just 50-50. That is like the epitome of equal, and we have to make money as a company, especially when you're looking at how much it costs to maintain a live streaming platform. So number two, number three in terms of tiers, you keep 90%, we keep 10%, right?
In terms of tiers, so like, okay, got you.
Okay, so obviously tier one is usually no ads, right? If it's tier two, no ads, if there maybe, I don't know, some emotes, maybe like a bonus, something like that, right? Tier three, no ads, and then maybe two bonuses, but then again, that's usually for the super fans, right? Obviously, there's loads of different things to monetize, to introduce. For me, the biggest issue is discoverability because I used to stream on Twitch as well, but I just burned myself out and I just stopped. I just couldn't do it. I really enjoyed streaming, but once you're streaming, putting so much energy when you've only got two viewers and you're posting 10 TikToks, 15 tweets, 100 Instagram posts, whatever it might be, you start to hate streaming, at least from my experience.
So yeah, so like, what was it that like kind of made you just want to quit on Twitch completely?
Discoverability. I just felt like my work personally wasn't reaching the people that it needed to, considering the amount of effort, the amount of high quality that I'm trying to push out, right? Obviously, you gotta promote, I know that, but if we could do something that could help save people loads of times of instead of externally promoting on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, because that takes time, doesn't it? Most creators do it by themselves. They don't outsource it, not until they reach a certain level, obviously.
Yeah.
If we can save you like even 2 or 3 hours of editing and whatnot, and just get your live streams pushed out, right? I think it could shake shake a few things. So.
No, 100%. Only thing I have to say is like, how are you going to make the discoverability different on Consume versus what Twitch and Kick are already doing?
So I don't want to kind of like ride another company's wave, but what TikTok have done in terms of their algorithm, right? If we can implement that to live streaming, which again technically is really difficult to do because live streaming comes with a whole nother set of complexities regarding your post or your live stream. You have to process it before it kind of gets pushed out to other people, to other audiences, which is what TikTok kind of do right now.
You could have like, so like if you're not like trying to post short form content or like a way for them to post other types of content on the same platform, then you could do what TikTok did still and have like a for you page for live streamers and basically make it so that you could hop on it and you can just scroll through people, and that's kind of can kind of be ranked and based, like it could be affected by like how people are interacting with the stream the same way that TikTok was doing. So
Yeah,
like if you're liking the stream, right, like if people are in there tapping it, then that means that the chances and the odds of it getting pushed out on a For You page to another like person are way higher. So if you have people interacting with the stream, then the chances of it getting pushed out on the For You page where people are swiping through might be a little bit higher. That could be a good way.
that's
um
exactly what we're trying to do, right? So obviously it's based
mhm.
on titles, the hashtags that you use. So I don't know, let's say you're in a Fortnite competition, so your hashtags would be hashtag Fortnite, hashtag tournament, hashtag
Yeah,
whatever. The topic and what you're playing as well, which I think Twitch already does, in terms of their categories. Obviously, watch time, the likes and dislikes, things of that. The key is, since it's live, right? Usually with TikTok, they batch process their videos. So obviously, like the computer, the algorithm, whatever, will look at the videos and then decide, right? When you're live, you can't really do that. But we are trying to think of ways to do it so it's the first 10 minutes of the streams, depending on how much engagement that gets, how quickly you get the likes, how quickly people are clicking, chatting on your stream, whatever, that gets pushed out more. And usually the norm is the better the content is, the more people are naturally gonna interact with it, and then the more naturally it's gonna get pushed out anyway. That's how TikTok works with their
yeah,
videos, their viral videos and whatnot. So based on what I've said, do you think, just from your experience, because you're still streaming, right?
yeah.
Would a lot of creators kind of transition to a platform like that?
I think that, I mean, only time will tell, really. I think if you were to drop the platform like right in this very moment when Kick is on the uprise, the chances of it could be a little bit lower. I think that I love what you're doing. I love the idea of this, and I think that having another streaming platform like to choose from beyond Twitch or Kick is actually really great. Facebook's dying right now. Like Facebook gaming
It's
completely they stopped. So there's no like there's no third option, right? For like there's no one like right now it's just like you choose one of those two, right? And then you can stream on TikTok, like if you're a big creator on TikTok, but like most people can't stream on TikTok. Like you have to have a stream key to be able to do so.
What about
So,
YouTube? What about YouTube?
oh yeah, I guess you can do it on YouTube too. But
The way I
YouTube's
view
different for
YouTube
live
is
streamers.
YouTube is like the place that streamers go to once they get banned on Twitch. That's how I view YouTube from the outside.
Yeah, yeah, it makes
Yeah,
sense. But like a lot of those creators also have like big, like they have a lot of
yeah.
subscribers anyways. So like all of those subscribers are already on there. So it just makes sense for them to stream to that platform. But for a
Mm,
smaller streamer who doesn't have a YouTube platform the same way, it would be a really good idea. But you should wait to drop this. Like you should time it and plan this out to
yeah.
drop it when Kick slows down. Like the
Mm,
moment that people start talking shit about Kick, or like the moderation gets a little bit out of hand, or there's some type of issue going like on with Kick and shit like that, then there's going to be issues with both platforms, and that's when you should drop it. Like right then and there is
yeah.
like, oh, okay, you guys are having problems with Twitch, you guys are having problems with Kick, we got you. And
Mm,
then third platform out of nowhere. So I think that if you were to drop it right now, it wouldn't be as successful as if you were to wait until like there's no hype, because like right now there's a lot of hype around Kick. People are talking about it everywhere. And like
mm,
if you were to have Consume come out right now in the same moment, they'd be like, oh, okay, they're just trying to be like Kick again, like in the moment. The community themselves would be like, oh, okay, like they're not going to take it as seriously as if like you were to be the solution to a problem that's already being created. Right now with Kick, there's no problem. At least in terms of streamers in the community on Twitter, I haven't seen people like been much of a problem. But the
mm,
moment that there is a problem, that's when it should drop. And
mm.
if you have a solution for them when that happens, then yes, I could see everyone potentially switching to a third platform. Me and Pitt were actually just talking about this like not too long ago.
Yeah,
Like,
our
yeah,
aim
Kick's really
isn't to
cool,
drop it now.
but
Obviously, we do have to work out the technicalities and the
yeah,
finances. So
yeah, yeah, of course. But nah, like once there's like a downfall of Kick or something, then people are gonna have to choose. Okay, do I go back to Twitch? Do I go to some other streaming platform? Do I go to YouTube? Or there can be another
mm,
platform to drop at the same time.
yeah.
So
I mean, there's loads of
if
more
I
that
were in your shoes, that's what I would do.
yeah, yeah. But everyone I've noticed follows the same blueprint as Twitch. The UI is pretty much the same because there's others. There's Trello. There is Caffeine TV. No one has done anything
Yeah,
different. You feel what I'm saying? Regarding us, our vision is to discoverability is to be a norm for everyone, right? Regardless if you're a big streamer, small streamer, any size, right? Number two is ease of use.
yeah,
I've noticed that people find it quite difficult to try to transition to Twitch to live streaming because of the different aspects that come with OBS, the different scenes, the transitions, the bitrate, everything, right? So I want to simplify that as much as we can, right? Obviously, giving you the tools to make sure your streams are as lit or as interacting as possible. So that's what we aim to do. Number two is I've noticed that people kind of look at me a little bit like, wait a minute, he's a little bit young. Does he have the experience to do something like this? I think personally, you don't need any experience to.
As long as you just get the right input from the right people and like you have an understanding about what people want, then it doesn't really matter. But like if you were to just go in like with no experience with streaming or like without talking about like what streamers want from a platform, then it's gonna be really, really hard for you to give them what they want or to give a platform that creators will actually want to use if like you don't know what they want. So I
Yeah,
think it's just more or less like it's not maybe not experience, but just like knowledge on people's opinions. Really
mm,
I think is where that could stem from. And like what you're doing is brilliant. Like I knew like right off the bat, like when you hit me up that you wanted to get my opinion on like the streaming platforms because you're building one and you want to figure out what it's going to take to make your streaming platform better than the other ones. And it's a brilliant idea. And
mm.
I knew that like right off the bat. Like I picked that up. And like if you keep doing that and you keep like talking to other creators and stuff, then you'll get a better like general idea of like what
That's
you
what I'm
need to
saying.
do to make this platform better than Twitch and Kick. And for me, I think that if you want to make this take off, just make sure that you focus on the streamers and what the streamers need, and like make sure that you have someone or people that are able to respond in terms of like customer service, bro. Because like when we can't get a hold of people, if or like if we get banned and we can't reach out to
Yeah.
somebody,
So
like
I
that's just
got
gonna
banned
make
on my
us like,
first stream as well. I was,
oh,
yeah,
dude, yeah, I got on TikTok. Like when I first started streaming on TikTok, I got banned in my first 8 lives. Like literally first eight
yeah,
lives. Every single live I went live got banned every single time, and every single time I appealed it, I got unbanned 5 minutes later. But like just the fact that like I kept having to go through that, like bro, I
yeah.
was having like 150 viewers. Like one time I had
Mm.
like 1,200 on one stream, and I got banned for nothing. Unappealed it, or
Oh,
I
and you
appealed
got banned
it,
for
got
nothing.
unbanned. I appealed it, got unbanned, and then like I started streaming again, and I couldn't top more than 10 like after that. I had 1,200 people that I was engaging with that stream, bro. So
Yeah.
like, TikTok, like it was kind of clutch, because it gave me an ability to like meet new people and to like bring in a new community. But TikTok also like sold the bag like for me so many times, and just stripped away the fucking viewership that I had. And I definitely like don't want to have to go through that again. And that's kind of why I started streaming on Kick, because I know I'm not going to get banned on Kick. Like it's not possible for
Yeah.
me to get banned on Kick. But on TikTok, man, like it's great to be able to have like that outreach to people, or to be able to have like that For You page to push out your stream. But like literally any given moment, you could just disappear and you could lose
It
all of
ruins the
it.
momentum of anything, especially if you're
Yeah,
streaming on like
exactly.
1,200 or however many.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
Like the stream could be going crazy, and all of a sudden, like, oh my god, and it just cuts.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that was like I had to go through that like so many times, like when I first started streaming on TikTok. But like I didn't quit because like at the end of the day, it was still worth it to have that For You page. But now, like, it's really hard to have that motivation to stream on that platform because, like, or at least like focus on trying to go TikTok. Especially with everything going on with like the bill that they're trying to push to here in America about like banning TikTok. Like that's also a big thing too. Like you don't really know what's going to happen with TikTok nowadays. Like
Mm,
and so at this point, like as a creator, you got to find a new route. Like I got to
mm.
figure out like, do I focus more on Instagram? Do I focus more on growing my Twitter? Do I focus on like trying to stream more? Do I focus on trying to go to the YouTube platform more? Like I still want to stream. I'm never going to give up streaming. I definitely have reduced the amount of time that I stream for sure because it's, I work at Paradox now. Like I've been focusing more on the video editing side of things and just making content for those platforms.
So
Um,
what would you say to someone now, especially because most of the big streamers are from the US. I'm from the UK, if you couldn't tell. Most of the streamers are from the US. If something like TikTok gets banned, because a lot of people are pushing, especially streamers, their gameplay, their clips and whatnot on
yeah.
TikTok in hopes to obviously redirect them to Twitch. What do you think they should do instead? Because there's no company or US company like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube that comes close to TikTok when it comes to organic reach.
No, definitely. So if TikTok gets banned, the first thing that you need to do is make sure you have a YouTube platform, make sure you
True.
have Twitter, focus on YouTube Shorts. Continue
Facts.
to post the same short form content that you have on YouTube Shorts. Keep posting them on Instagram Reels too. Post them to both. If you make a TikTok, post it to YouTube Shorts, post it to Instagram. If you don't have like the time to pay editors for like content for separate platforms, just take a short and post it to both. All right. But here's the thing: if TikTok does get banned, people like to go with like the tide of waves when it comes to certain things. Like people will go with the motion, and like I don't believe that people will go back to something that's already there. If TikTok gets banned and it gets removed completely, there will be a new platform that comes out. Somebody will make some type of social media platform that allows them to consume fucking short form content. You know, there could be a brand new one that I don't know about that could pop up out of nowhere. There might not be another social media platform to even pop up right now. Everyone could just go to YouTube, and YouTube could just blow up again
Yeah,
completely
true.
and just take over the whole market.
True.
I don't know, bro. There's a couple different things that could happen. So focus on YouTube. If TikTok gets banned, focus on your YouTube channel. Get good at creating short form and long form content on YouTube, and keep your eyes out for any type of other social media platform that's coming out. And if there is one that comes out, bro, hop on that wave like right off the bat.
Yeah,
Like if a
facts.
new platform comes out, bro, start posting as much as you can as soon as it comes out. Because if you wait too
That's where
long,
most of the
then it's
growth is
gonna get
going to
harder.
be.
If you get on
Yeah.
that shit early on, bro, like the chances of your growth are way higher. Just do your
Get
research, bro.
on the train as early as you can, basically.
Yeah, get on the train, bro.
Yeah, facts. That's a really, really good point. I'm glad you mentioned that.